Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we had a snitch visibility problem which was triggered by an event which could have also been triggered by the amount of confidential informants we were having a chat with in security. The thing is, we were only asking them what they wanted for their milk, whether it would be skimmed, semi-skimmed or full fat, and you know, that apparently because of that a lot of the prison decided that we were talking about them and whatnot, and they may have been right about that. Either way, we have done the best we can by moving most of them, if not almost all of them, over to the protective custody area, which should hopefully work out and them should be safe there. The ones that we didn't, however, you can see them in here. So we've got one snitch there, and I think that's about it. So cover blown there, same again. They're all the cover blowns should be down the bottom apart from one, which is the case. There was a second one, but that sort of got resolved by the end of last episode. Chris sadly is no longer with us. So yes, that is what happened last episode. We also did some expansion on the prison as well. We put some of these extra cells in, which I'm going to expand on now. So let's just go to deployment, make sure that is deployment set. You can see that our intake for our max security is 21, our maximum capacity is 37, so we are able to receive some more prisoners. I'm going to say receive, if we receive 15, that would be, we'd be one under, but I am building some more cells. Go on, why not? I'm building more cells, it'll be fine, he says without any degree of confidence. We should be able to finish these cells up by tomorrow. It's only 15 prisoners. And that's our max sec. We're going to assume that maybe one or two will be gang members, but that's fine because they're going to be in the place where the gang members are. And then... Ooh. Warren Quayle, dead. There's Ashby with his hands up, unconscious. Tell you what, he survived longer than we would have thought. He's always in the firing line, but he's never taken a direct hit. What I need to do is get the M30 drilling from Battlefield 5 out and do a 200 meter no-scope headshot. That would probably work out quite well. Is that door not connected? It is connected. So why it no work? Anyway. So, we shouldn't receive any more there. Yeah, that's fine. We may get a gang member from the medium risk, but quite frankly, there's only one turning up, so even if it's them, we are still on our allotted capacity for this thing, so that's fine. We're going to do a full shakedown, because we can, and we should. There's some nice money. Job done. And I'll wait for everybody to go back. Shakedown. So, I was going to say let's take a look at the grading, but that's not going to be the case. We're going to go back through here. So I'm hoping to get this prison finished off for this episode, and that'll be a nice little bit done. And there's a tunnel. Yeah, only a couple started running. At least we found it, though. At least we found it. See, the chances of them escaping are a lot less now because we've got some more patrols around there and we're doing more searches. I guess the drive for them to escape is also lower because we've got more reform now. At least hopefully we should have more reform. So... yeah, we'll see. It's been interesting. I think it's been interesting building this one. I've really enjoyed building this this facility more than really a lot of others. I think the idea of having completely enclosed areas where every building has its own amenities is very wasteful. You know, we could have done it much more efficiently, but it's different, and you get these different stratas. So, yeah, I'm glad we've done it this way. There's been times when it's been annoying, but for the most part, yeah, I think it's working out. Danger level's going up, more fighting for some reason. I don't know why. A couple of volatile prisoners, I think. Yeah, a couple of volatile prisoners. Strange of all the places, it's around here. It's not up here that the fighting is. Still haven't searched everywhere, but do I want to keep searching? I don't, because we're going to receive loads of prisoners. So there's our intake. Before I forget, I'm going to reduce our max sec down to nothing, because our max sec is now 35 and the capacity is 43. It was originally 36, but I hadn't finished off these, so that's why that's now all complete. So as always, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to check for some traits, and we can see we do have a lot of traits, actually. A lot of traits. Ooh. So we have deadly, Stokel, skilled fighter, extremely tough, volatile, Stokel. Yeah, a lot of them. Gangs, though. Who would have thought of all those, none of them are gangs? Hang on. I disagree. Chris the Bush. Scariel. Prison number 0608942. Royal Marine sniper who was convicted of sniping Boston-based Joe Sneaky Johnson. Believe his lingering resentment of the Boston Tea Party motivated the attack. Attempted murder and assault. So apparently he wasn't that good a shot. So anyway, it looks like none of them are gangs, and I wouldn't have expected that. There was a ding-a-ling noise there, and I'm guessing that is my grant done. Yes, it is tax relief. There's also offshore tax haven. So, I think basically keep cloning. Cloning all the way. And, oh dear, have I just placed something there? Yes, I have. I accidentally clicked there, and that's all kinds of bad. Right, I'm going to have to redo these ones. It shouldn't be a problem. There we go. That's fine now. That was close. Materials. See the materials there? That's actually just cleaning, so that's fine. That's okay. Right, back to cloning. So, cloning. Quick build. Clone. And we want to be cloning the bottom cell here. Although we can only do them in threes because of the size. We just get one wall missing. And I could do something like that in some cases. The problem being if we run out of money and you're half building, it becomes a bit of a nightmare. So I just really don't want to do it. Not that we're going to run out of money for this one, you understand. But I mean, that full row there has cost us a lot of... It has cost a lot of money. A lot of little bits of money. So it's not one huge lump sum like 15 grand. It's, 30 for light, 100 for a toilet, 200 for bed, 400 for brick, 10 for concrete. But anyway, that'll get built there. But our daily cash flow is skyrocketing. So not only is that because of the amount of high-risk prisons that we have, it's also because of the high-risk intake as well. That's the thing, you get money for that. Hang on, that's a question. That is a question. You get money. You get money for prisoners turning up. I think it's 2,000. I could be wrong. It might be 200 for low risk, 500 for medium, and then 1,000 for high risk, or maybe it's 235. Not entirely sure what the denominations is for the for arrival of prisoners. But do you get different amounts for holding them? I don't know if you get different amounts. And if you do, does upping their grading alter that? Like, if you do get more money for high risk than low risk, what's stopping you receiving low risk prisoners who traditionally have very, very few traits, or any traits they do have are not necessarily a problem, like, say, violence or strong and volatile, and then upping them to supermax or whatever to get more money? What if... I mean, can't be. That can't be a thing. It can't be. I mean, it could be. It could be. It's prison architect. It certainly could be, but it's very unlikely to be. So, I don't know. I don't know. One thing I haven't done, and I know people have mentioned this, so I will resolve this, is I haven't got lights in this area because I didn't clone it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place some lights in. I don't really care where they go, as long as we've got some lights in. That's fine. I can do the same around here because this is where we're gonna have the extra either cells or protective custody. Now, not protective custody. Let's not get back onto that habit of calling it protective custody. That what? Why is that fella in there? Found weapons. Okay, well, we'll recruit him as an informant because why not? So yeah, daily cash flow is going up. Let's just have a look at our prison grading. We'll see what we're like. So reoffending rate is on 18%. Punishment is on 5, so that's okay. Reform is 3, so quite low. Security 0, health -2. I could be wrong, but I think those were a little bit lower at one point, so it's certainly gone up a bit. Deaths in custody is terrible at 56, and I'd say at least 90% of that was the gangs when they're fighting, and then they try and fight armed guards, which have always got the they've always got free fire on, or have had free fire on for the majority of the game. It's sleep time. I'm not going to do a shakedown because we've recently had one. I will, however, go and place the concrete floor back in here. So apparently that's not connected up, and we've already had that problem elsewhere, as you can see. I actually haven't checked our... Oh, look at that. We're fine. We're not too bad there. I'll put another couple of capacitors in just to double check that. I want to double check also programs and carpentry. Oh, one interested. We'll start that then. Edit schedule. Carpentry is in protective custody. Yes, it's set that up. That's fine. That's good. So a good intake. We've got good cash flow. Cancel that. Let me just check here. That was the reason that was not working is because I was trying to place foundation. It's already there. What has gone on here? Oh, Christopher Tapper, prisoner number 142571333. Sentenced to 48 years for multiple crimes including murder and attempted murder, and indeed it does say the same thing back there. Also a trait that we don't see often. Fearless and cop killer. Cop killer. This prisoner is guilty of murdering police officer. Your prison guards may be unable to restrain themselves when subduing them. So I didn't notice that trait when they came in. So either it was my negligence / situational awareness failure, or it was a trait that was hidden. So yeah, they've kicked off, and wow, okay, there's another death in there, and there's another death in there. Gang member and deadly. So they've just immediately taken out that guard and then, yeah, pushed it back. And as always, it's Ashby. And the reason why everyone kicks off around him is because he is instigator. So he tends to kick off. Everybody around him kicks off as well. He's extremely tough and extremely volatile, so he's likely to kick off that warning. So not only is he's extremely volatile, so for no reason he'll boot off. And because he's an instigator, everybody around him will do the same thing. And then also, because he's extremely tough, when people are getting shot around him, he doesn't care because he's fearless. And when he does get shot himself, he's extremely tough, so he doesn't go down in 1 or 2 hits. And then he puts his hands up, and then the cycle repeats itself the next day. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, cop killer. What do you do with that? There's always been a bit of a problem when it comes with that. What do you do? Oh, look at that. Snitch still here and going strong. What do you do? What do you do? Because if he's a cop killer, you could say, well, he needs to be protected. Not from other prisoners, but from your own guards. So you need to put him in protective custody. But then again, this person was a gang member, so I'm not going to bother. I wasn't going to move him anywhere. At least I think he was a gang member. I don't know. I'll check the morgue. Which we don't actually have. No, we don't have the morgue because it goes straight here. I'll wait here for someone else for him to be brought out. There he is. No, he's not. He's not a gang member. It's fearless and cop killer. So if I knew about that, I may have decided to move him around there. But anyway. So danger level going up, 5 minimum and 5 normal, 6 normal. It's going to change based on people going out there. In terms of the high risk, we're on 33, yes, and we have 55 maximum. So we can just open up that max sec. We might as well. I'm always going to try and keep probably 15, 20%-ish. 1 in 5, say. So if we've got, say, 50-odd maximum security, 55. If we keep, say, I don't think we would keep 10 free, 20%-ish. Yeah, about 10 free would be about right. Something like that. It's not a hard limit. We'll do something like that, just so we don't overflow that, and means that if we do have gang members, we can always shift them over. Just going to double check to make sure there's no other trucks coming along, which there isn't. So that we have got traits here, we have got some gang members, so we'll check our gangs. We can see that both gang members are already on high risk, so that's fine. That's no problem at all there. I do want to activate some gang members, and I'm sorry, not gang members. Activate some confidential informants. The problem is we don't actually have any confidential informants in the low risk area, but hopefully we can get around that by just having enough coverage. So I've activated those. Let's see if we get some... there's some activation. It's a 98% coverage anyway, so that's fine. So we can see once again that this person here, Lewis Loot the Egg Bradley, is getting targeted. Stokel, Snitch, and gang member. We can see they're being targeted. Looking around here, you can see there's some traits. There's an ex-law enforcement that we didn't know about, so we will put you on protective custody. We'll have to be careful, though, because we're probably running low on that. We are on 16 now of... actually, it says 15, protective custody of 19. But there's the only one targeted, and... Look at that. Strong, tough, and skilled fighter. I would argue that they are not really... I think they're maximum security. I don't think they're medium security at all. Strong, tough, and skilled fighter. Extremely tough, I don't mind. That's, that's fine around. Even volatile. And volatile and strong is still a bit on the edge, though, from going further up. So, yeah. There we go. At least we know... There's really no big traits we need to worry too much about. Right, let's go over to our brick wall here. I'm going to start placing some... Why can't we place a brick wall there? That is really weird. Is it because this is in the way? I think it might be. Dump it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Place another one. There we go. So, we want brick wall like that. Entrance there. And this is going to be our protective custody. So we'll have a toilet and we'll have a bed. Now, actually, do we want a toilet and a bed, or do we want something else? You could argue that maybe a bed's a bad idea. It is, maybe. Why should these be better than them ones? I see your point. I also know, well, pretty much guarantee that people will be wanting this to be the small cells. For one, we don't have small cells, and two, having gang members and stuff in small cells, it's just going to cause more violence and stuff. And although we're not shying away from punishment, we're just asking for trouble. We'll just do it like that for now. And solitary door. And I'll be cloning this along, you see. And we'll have a metal floor in it. And we'll have concrete tiles there. And solitary. Like so. Just waiting for that toilet to be put in. And then I'll run some water pipes. Would it be more efficient going up like that? It would be, but it'll also take a lot more work. So it's not getting done. So there we go, that's getting ran. Excellent. So once that's done, what are the workers doing? They're probably tree harvest time. We go through the cycles of the trees. I wonder how many we've gone through. Day 77, we've been hell's bells. Total play time 17 hours, 9 minutes and 44 seconds. Getting some mileage out of this prison, aren't we? Certainly getting some mileage out of it. Got me £3.50 worth when I bought the game. Not. Got it when it was in the website alpha rather than on Steam or anywhere else. Probably over 500 hours played in total, with it being that's on Steam. I think I've got over 400 hours on Steam. Never mind that, so probably twice that. Wow. So let's just clone these over. I'll clone those 3 and then I can clone the set of 3 across. So this is going to be solitary. The question is, will it... There's a couple of things I need to know really, and we can only figure it out by just playing. Are we going to add more stuff in solitary, like a bed or a chair or something? Are we going to keep it as solitary and instead change it over to smaller cells? That is a possibility. I'm certainly not ruling that out. Just the time being, we're not doing it. And also, what becomes of this? This is solitary here. Do we keep that as solitary as well? I have not yet decided. So we'll see. Quick build, clone, and we want to clone from there. And it is like so. And there we are. Well, there is all that complete-rated. For deployments, we don't have any guard patrols in the bits in between. We will set some guard patrols. Going up and down there, as we should have them. Like so. There's an overdose, but they are getting taken to the infirmary, and there's still not distributing that very well. There's one there, and 4 doctors there. Let's go to grants. Juice our bank loan. And there we are. Do we need more armed guards around here? I think it's sufficient. I think we're fine. But we now have a lot of solitary, but for some reason no toilets. Have they been scheduled? Have they been... No, I don't know why then. Maybe because when I cloned it the toilets weren't placed? That is a possibility. Let me remove some planning from there because that is, I think, pretty much sorted. So, that is all 3 grades completed, sans the toilets in here. We have our admin block, drastically changed from the original plan, with an extension of the protective custody and a workshop. That, however, has been, making an OT a huge success, that entire thing there. We have our low-risk prison, which has got dormitories in the centre. We got the medium or normal risk prison, which has just more 2x3 cells in the centre. And we have our high risk prison. This is sort of high / supermax, but it's mainly sort of gang members and violent ones that are around here. And that has 3x2 cells, but in the centre we have some more solitary. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the progress. I'm happy with what we've done. It seems to be interesting. People seem to enjoy it. It just works. It just works. So we are going to leave it there for this episode. The next series of episodes will be up here. And this will be planning for... Well, we'll have to plan it and then build it. And it'll be for either a dedicated area for Supermax, but I don't know what Supermax will be classed as. I would just say anyone that's legendary, but the only legendary prisoner we have is a gang member, and we're not going to be doing an area just for gang members, specifically because this is too small. But certainly this is going to be death row, and other things. What the other things are, I don't really know, and I leave that up to you. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll be adding that. With the time of this episode's being released, and with Christmas and the holiday period coming up. This will be the last episode now before Christmas. So this series will be coming back pretty much when the channel fires back up in and around the new year. But there'll be more videos from now until Christmas, and then there'll be a little bit of a break, and then we'll fire it back up. So it gives you enough time to, catch up on the series, well, I'm guessing if you listen to this, you have caught up with the series, but also to leave feedback and, for us to gather and stuff, and just take a step back and see what we need to do, any changes, etc. As always then, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.